Hi Year 6, this is your video for Friday. We are sticking with decimals, but today we are moving on to multiplying decimals. Before you start, there is a starter for you over on Purple Mash, just a game this morning. Feel free to pause the video and do that now, or you can do it when you go and complete your task. So here's our first question of the day. So 0.2 multiplied by 3. So we know that 0.2 is the same as saying 2 tenths, 0.2. And my question is saying that I've got 3 lots of 2 tenths. 1 lot of 2 tenths, 2 lots of 3 tenths, 3 lots of 2 tenths. We can count in tenths, 2 tenths, 4 tenths, 6 tenths. So our answer is 0.6. Okay, remember that multiplication is the same as repeated addition, it's just much more efficient. We could draw this out. Another way that we could think about it is we could turn our 2 tenths, we can make it 10 times bigger, so multiply it by 10. If we make it 10 times bigger, it would give us 2 wholes as opposed to 2 tenths. So my question then would be 2 multiplied by 3. Now we know that that answer would be 6. But I haven't finished. Because I've made my multiplier 10 times bigger, think about what we need to do to our answer. We need to make it 10 times smaller. So if we divide 6 by 10, 6 in my units column, 10 times smaller is one place to the right, so it gives us 0.6. The same answer, there's just 2 different ways of thinking about it. Thinking about that, I want you to pause the video and have a go at these 3 questions. 0.4 times 2, so 4 tenths times 2. 0.3 times 2, so 2 lots of 3 tenths, and 0.2 times 5, 5 lots of 2 tenths. Doesn't matter which method you do, see if you can get the right answers. Let's go through the answers, hopefully you found them nice and easy. So the first one, we had 2 lots of 4 tenths, or 4 tenths times by 2. So that would give us 8 tenths, which is 0.8. The next one, we had 3 tenths multiplied by 2, so 2 lots of 3 tenths is 6 tenths, so that's 0.6. And then the third one, 0.2 times 5, so 5 lots of 2 tenths. Well, 5 lots of 2 tenths is 10 tenths, so we can either think about this as 10 tenths. I can't fit 10 in my tenths column, so hopefully you recognise that 10 tenths is equal to 1 whole, or 1.0. It's exactly the same, okay? 1 whole. Well done if you got those. Next one's a little bit trickier. You can pause the video and have a go first, or you can work through it with me before you have a go at your own examples. So we've got 0.23 multiplied by 3. We can think about this as 23 hundredths from your work yesterday, because I've got 2 tenths, that's the same as 20 hundredths, and 3 hundredths, so 23 hundredths multiplied by 3. One way we could think about this is we could partition it. So if I partition this number, I've got 0.2, or 2 tenths, and 0.03, or 3 hundredths. Now we can multiply both of them by 3. So 2 tenths times by 3 gives me 6 tenths, 0.6. 0.03, so 3 hundredths times by 3 gives me 0.09, or 9 hundredths. And then we can put them together. So 6 tenths and 9 hundredths gives us 0.6 tenths, 9 hundredths, 0.69. Another way that you could do this is by turning 0.23 into a whole number. So we could turn it into 23. Think about what we've done from 0.23 to get to 23. We'll come back to that in a moment. Same calculation, we're going to times it by 3. So you could do the short method for this, and you would get 69. Now that isn't our final answer. We times 0.23 by 100 to get to here, because my 2 tenths have turned into times it by 10, times it by 100 to get to tens, And the same for my 300ths, times it by 10 to get to 3/10, times it by 100 to get to units. So if I've multiplied it by 100 to get my whole number, we need to divide our answer by 100 to make it accurate, our adjustment. So 69 divided by 100, we're moving it 2 places to the right, so 1, 2. My number will be 0.69. So just like before, there's 2 methods. You can turn it into your whole number, or you can partition it and multiply those. Pause the video now and have a go at these calculations. Let's go through the answers together. The first one, 200ths multiplied by 2. That gives us 400ths, which is 0.04. The next one, we had 0.42 multiplied by 2. So this time we've got 4/10 times by 2 and 200ths times by 2. So that would give us 0.4/10. 2 lots of 4/10 is 8/10. 2 lots of 200ths is 400ths, 0.84. The next one is slightly different because I've got a whole number. So let's think about it. 2 lots of my whole number gives me 2. Then remember to put in your decimal place. I've got no tenths, but I've got 2 lots of 200ths. So I've got no tenths, 2 lots of 200ths gives us 400ths. The next one, so again I've got a whole number, so 2 lots of 2 we know is 4 wholes, so 4 wholes, then my decimal point. And then 2 lots of 4/10. Well, 2 lots of 4/10 is 8/10, so it's 4.8. We can add a 0 if we need to, it has no value at all. Next one, 3.2 multiplied by 4. So again, I'm going to think about my whole numbers. 3 lots of 4 is 12, so 1 10, 2 ones, decimal point. 2/10 times by 4 gives me 8/10. So my final answer should be 12.8. Well done if you've got them. Don't worry if you've done it in 2 different methods, that's great, as long as you've got the correct answers. If you didn't, go back to the start of the video, break it down a little bit further, draw yourself a place value grid to help. That's it for today. So your task is over on Purple Mash. Please have a good go at all of them. If there's any problems, we will be on the Google call on Monday at 10 o'clock, or we'll be available on the blog or via our email address. So good luck, try your best, and we'll see you next week.